It becomes a point where it's not your intuition trying to tell you that someone is a bad person. It is you and your nervous system that is all out of whack, trying to look for a threat that isn't there. Hi, guys, welcome back to another episode of Jules on the Couch. Today, we are going to jump right in. I am talking about how to recognize when your nervous system is all messed up in a safe and loving relationship. Okay? Because this is something that I have struggled with myself. When you grow up in an environment where you are hyper vigilant, you grow up in an environment where maybe your parents are arguing or it's just unsafe, you kind of were stuck in this state where you're constantly looking and searching for everything that could potentially be a threat and potentially go wrong. As somebody who is extremely hypervigilant, I realized that I was doing this in my relationship. Now, if you guys have been here for a while, I have been in a amazing, healthy, wonderful, loving relationship that I am so happy to be in, so happy to finally have in my life. It is so nice to be in a mature, healthy relationship, and I wish this for everybody. I honestly didn't even know that love like this existed, so it's really nice to actually be able to experience it, and not only experience it from the receiving end, but also to feel it back towards someone. And if you're somebody who has never experienced that or are just now experiencing it, you're finally, with a good guy that treats you well. He's everything that you could have wished for and more. He shocks you with how great of a person he is. His morals, his values, everything lines up. The fruit of the spirit is good. Everything makes sense. Everything's, the stars are aligning, blah, blah, blah. If you're finally experiencing that and you've experienced like being in a bad relationship, or maybe you were never in a relationship but you just haven't had a secure relationship with your parent or a friend or anybody, this video is for you. So I saw this video on TikTok and it was basically talking about how this girl like finally met this guy and she's like, oh, why can't I stop? Like, why can't I just like let it go? Why do I have an attitude about certain things? Or why do I, get irritated at like the smallest things? And I don't want to be like this. Like, he's so patient, he's so kind, he's so wonderful. Like, how do I stop being that way? And for a second, I looked at it and I was like, okay. The problem here is not that you have an attitude problem, you're mean, you're angry, you are toxic. That is not the problem. The problem is that you are, you and you're a little girl. Imagine you sitting there, you're a little girl. You've experienced threat after threat before in your life where you've experienced things in your life where you couldn't trust the outcome because the outcome could have been something explosive and chaotic and you didn't know what you were going to get. So now, being in a healthy, stable relationship, you are literally rewiring your brain to believe in and prepare for a different outcome than you've ever experienced or received in your life. You haven't received a positive outcome time and time and time and time and time again. You've only experienced negative after negative after negative after negative after negative. And over time, when you start to only experience negative, you constantly are preparing yourself for a negative outcome. And so when it doesn't happen, your brain is confused and your brain tries to search for the negative. What's negative here? What can go wrong here? Let's say you're with the perfect guy. He treats you amazing, but one day he gives you your coffee and he forgets to bring you the stevia that you wanted. And you're like, what the heck? And you get all upset. Wait, why didn't you remember my stevia? Don't you know I always get that in my coffee? Don't you know, like, thanks for my coffee, but like, he didn't remember my stevia. Oh no. And your mind's like, did he cheat on me? Does he not care about me anymore? Does he not love me anymore? Does he not remember things about me anymore? Like your mind goes and jumps straight to all these conclusions that are all negative. Your brain skips the logic, goes straight to the negative, and when it goes straight to the negative, then you are now in a state where you are now looking to fight and argue or be upset about something because you have to be, because you're preparing yourself for that negative outcome. But the negative outcome isn't coming. So now you're sitting there with your guard up, you're upset, you have an attitude, you're not in a good mood anymore over absolutely nothing. And you want to learn, how can I stop being like this? And you know that you have an issue and you're like, okay, this is a problem. I need to fix this. I really want to not be like this anymore. I don't want to be like this. I just want to be like a really nice, girlfriend that has her shit together, that doesn't think negatively and that just calms down. Trust me, I know I used to be that way, and I've learned how to not be that way anymore. This is not saying that I don't mess up, because obviously we all have our days. We all go through our luteal phase. That is a time where everything is off the books and I can do whatever I want. But until then, you want to learn just in your day-to-day life how to not be that way anymore. And this could even be with regular people, but for now, we're just going to focus specifically on romantic relationships. So what I started to do is, when a threat was coming, when I felt like a threat was coming, when I felt like something was wrong, something's off, things can't just be good, basically. Your brain isn't used to things just being good and positive. Your brain is used to there being something bad. So your brain's constantly searching for the negativity. But when the negativity isn't there, then it makes up something that is negative. And it has to search and look until it finds something. And what I did when I noticed this thought pattern that I was having, it honestly felt so difficult to not think this way, because it feels like you're driving a car down a road and you're used to driving your car down this road. And you're like, I always go down this road. This is the route I always go. This is the route I always go to work. What do you mean I'm going to take a different route to work? I've been going the same route forever. What do you mean? What are you talking about? And your brain's like, no, you need to turn down this street instead, and you need to go down this way to this new thought pattern to stop going that same way that's going to lead you to a car crash. And you're like, no, and you're trying so hard to steer the wheel back to what you're used to, but you need to take that wheel and turn it down the other road, the positive road, that's a new thought pattern, that's a healthy thought pattern, to go this new route. Okay? I know that was kind of a confusing analogy, so apologies. But that's literally what it felt like to me. It felt like somebody was, like, I'm trying to take the steering wheel and someone's forcing me to go down a different road than I've ever gone down before. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And my brain's like, no, this is not safe. We need to prepare. We need to prepare for danger. We need to prepare for the car crash. We need to look for the negatives. We need to look for this and that and the third. No, you don't. No, you do not. When I recognized this thought pattern, I sat there. And what happened is one day I was with my boyfriend. Everything was cool. Everything was good. Nothing bad happened. And my brain randomly goes, we haven't had an argument in a while. We actually never had like a explosive argument ever. We always have pretty, easy disagreements. Then we get along, we say our point of views, everyone's happy, we reconcile within 30 minutes. But for some reason, my brain's like, we haven't argued or had a disagreement in a while. Is everything okay? Is there something I'm missing? Did something go wrong and I didn't notice? What's going on here? Searching for the negative, trying to find it. And I sat there and I'm like, oh my God, you are literally creating negativity that isn't there. Your brain is creating negativity that isn't there because it's used to negativity. And I just sat there and I said to myself in my brain, you deserve happiness. You deserve to be happy. You deserve a positive life. You deserve peace. You deserve calm. You deserve love. And you deserve to feel the real feelings of what it is like to even love someone back. And I just kept repeating this to myself. You deserve happiness. You deserve positivity. You deserve peacefulness. You deserve a calm life. You deserve a life and a relationship that doesn't have arguing in it. You deserve to have a household that is calm and quiet and full of love, and that doesn't have arguing, and that doesn't have negativity, and that doesn't have secret attitudes and secret, whatever it is, like throwing shade towards someone. Like, you deserve to live in positivity where everything is clear and it's right in front of you and there aren't any secrets and no one has ulterior motives and everything's fine. You deserve that. That's what I said to myself. And the first time that it happened, it was really nice because I realized, damn, I have really been living in this mindset of something has to be wrong. If things are going good for so long, something has to be wrong. I must have missed something, but that is not true. The truth is that your brain and your mind is used to it. So you have to tell yourself, look at the logical facts here. Has this person ever yelled at me? Has this person ever been mean to me? Has this person ever done me wrong? Hasn't this person shown up for me, been reliable, always did what they said they were going to do, always shown up for me, always treated me with love and respect? Hasn't this person been the absolute perfect person basically for me? Of course, you have your disagreements here and there, but other than that, they're pretty much perfect. And I sat there and I'm like, yeah, this person has never left me, has never been unreliable, has never left me high and dry, has never done anything to break my heart, has never done anything to, really hurt me, has never, this person's never done any of that. And you look at the past of the relationship, of the good relationship you're in, and you go, this person has never done any of these things to me. The people that have done these things to me, who are no longer in my life anymore, like an ex-boyfriend or your family member who you no longer see or you're no longer around, those people have treated me really dirty and really bad. And that's what I'm used to. And that's what's happened the last time I let myself be close and love someone, that I'm afraid that that's going to happen again. But we don't need to be afraid because there isn't a threat in this relationship. There isn't a threat. There is only a threat because we've experienced something bad before when we let our guard down. So now our brain has to look for threats when we feel safe, because the last time that we felt safe, somebody completely pulled the rug from underneath us and caused us an immense amount of pain. So how am I supposed to just trust and love and be that person again? How am I supposed to relax in the positivity? How am I supposed to relax when everything's good? When the last time everything was good, something horrible happened. I was betrayed. I was lied to, this and that. But the thing is now with this new person, with what you know now from what has happened to you in the past, is that you're not going to repeat those same patterns, and you could trust yourself because you could say, hey, the last time I was disrespected, the last time I was treated negatively, the last time that somebody wronged me, I got up and I left. So if this person wrongs me, I will get up and I will leave. But this person hasn't wronged me and has only treated me well, and I deserve to be treated well, and I deserve this treatment that I've been getting, and I deserve to feel this love, and I deserve to have a positive life, and I deserve to leave all of that old stuff, the negativity in the past, because there is no threat right now. And sit there and logically just think about it and remember all the things that this person has done for you that were positive, that made you feel loved, that made you feel cared for. Try to remember every single thing that they've done. And then also remind your brain, go, we're not in a threat right now. This isn't a situation where I need to have my guard up. I am safe, I am okay, and I deserve a peaceful life. It's a lot easier said than done. Trust me, I am still working through this myself. And I've been in my relationship now for 2 years, and I'm still like telling myself and working with myself with this thought process. But telling myself and combating those negative thoughts that are looking for a threat and telling them there is no threat. Calm down. It is okay. You deserve a peaceful life has been extremely helpful. And also just recognizing and knowing where it's coming from. Because I've seen girls on the internet, on TikTok, talk about this, and they're like, oh, I have an attitude. Oh, why can't I just be this certain way? It's like, it's not an attitude problem. It's nothing that's actually wrong with you, and you're a horrible person, and you're a bad girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. It's nothing. It's the fact that you've experienced bad past experiences that your brain is trying to put the two together to protect you from future hurt and pain and heartbreak. So when you get in that headspace, try, before you even say a word, before you even get lit up and feel like you're ready to have an attitude, before you try to think of the negative or bring up something and fight, just sit there, zip your lips, don't say anything. And when you're sitting there and you have that feeling of like searching for the negative, stop yourself in your tracks and just sit there and think and remind yourself of the life that you actually deserve and the relationship that you actually deserve, and say that you deserve it, and say you deserve peace, and say you deserve calm. And I think that that will definitely help you. I know it's very simple, and this advice maybe isn't like the deepest, craziest advice that you're expecting, but this is from somebody who has lived this experience and is still living this experience. And this is the one thing that has actually helped me and benefited me, is shutting up and literally sitting there and thinking that. You have to combat those negative thoughts. If you don't, then nothing will help you. Nothing will actually help you, because you have to retrain your brain. And you have to, anytime this situation happens, as much as you want to argue, as much as you want to get upset, as much as you want to be like, do you even care about me anymore? What's going on? Or blah, blah, blah. Like, you have to like stop yourself in your tracks and be like, no, we are not doing that. We are not going down that road. We need to start a whole new brain pathway and create this whole new rewiring of our brain to fix this. Because you do not want to be like this forever. You do not want to continue like this. You do not want to be married to this person for years and still feel that way, because the person that it's really hurting and damaging is yourself. Because you're not even letting yourself fully experience this love that's real, that's true, that's amazing, this positive life. You're not letting yourself truly experience it fully, because your mind is stuck at looking for possible threats. So the person that it's hurting the most is you. So you have to combat those thoughts, rewire your brain, wire and rebuild basically your nervous system, and tell yourself that you are okay, that you are fine, this person is safe, you are safe, you deserve this love, you deserve to feel this love back. And that is literally how you break the cycle. I don't know who that was for, but I know that somebody watching is probably going through this, and I know a lot of us are. And all I have to say is, don't feel bad or beat yourself up and be like, oh my God, I can't believe he forgives me so much, or like, he's so chill, he's so patient with me. Like, he loves you. He loves you. He sees you for who you truly are. He knows that you're a nice person. He knows that you've gone through some trauma and some stuff in your life. Like, my boyfriend definitely knows that. He's like, I know that you're a nice, sweet person. Like, I know you're a good person, and I know, where your heart is. So it's like, I know that it's just, it's stuff from your past, and you have to rewire and relearn. And the first step is just being aware of your own actions. And then the second step is fixing how you react and how you act. And then that will help you fully heal. I hope that this helped somebody today. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. And I hope that this video resonated with you. And please subscribe for more. Until next time, I love you so much. Au revoir.